gymnastics is not something that you start as a high schooler or even as a middle schooler and be successful at.
I can't even think of a time when I didn't do gymnastics.
My mom actually told me that when I was younger, she put me in soccer and I cried every time I was at practice.
I was in like a dance and gymnastics class when I was younger, and dance just really was not for me. I didn't really like it as much. I liked more of the action with gymnastics.
My mom was a college gymnast at Hamlin, and she did gymnastics her whole life, so I always looked up to her and wanted to follow in her footsteps.
My dad would say I would climb on like a bunch of different chairs and stuff, so they were kind of nervous I was gonna get hurt because I would sneak into the pantry and put chairs up to get candy or whatever. So then they're like, gymnastics would be a good sport for her so she can climb around in the gym instead of at home.
The only climbing Sartell-St. Stephen's gymnastics program has been doing lately is up the state rankings, where they currently sit #1 overall, in large part due to the 5 seniors you just heard from. This is a new position for them, but one they've been building towards for some time now.
5-6 years ago, where we were pretty good, and these girls kind of saw them have some success, and they really kind of wanted to take it to the next level. So they've been working on that for 3 years now.
I came my freshman year, and before that, the team hadn't made it to state in like 17 years. So when we made it, it was like this gigantic thing and this big feeling.
And just seeing like the atmosphere and like the camaraderie of everyone. It wasn't like we were competing against other teams almost, but like competing against ourselves.
When we're marching in, like we all get together kind of in a circle, and I remember just, we knew what we were gonna do was great. We came out strong, and all the other teams were supportive of us. We were supportive of them, and it just felt like a super like comfortable atmosphere to be in.
Like last year when we got second, like it all pays off, and we're just like, we feel the big relief. We're like, okay, all these practices, like we're okay, we did this. And it's like, it's definitely like a big accomplishment, and all of the time that we spend practicing is worth it.
The amount of time, discipline, and courage it takes to do what these young women already have in this sport is almost incomprehensible to me. But this sport overall takes a toll on your mind, and especially your body.
Us seniors are kind of old ladies now, and it's hard.
We call them senior citizens.
We're senior citizens now.
But with this sport at its highest level comes a body transformation that can be hard to come to terms with for some. Many Olympic gymnasts have spoken out about the scrutiny they've faced for how they've looked. Ellie Raceman has been quoted as saying when she was younger, she would get teased for how strong she was and for how her arms looked. So I asked these young women, as high school girls, how do you find peace with your bodies? And their answers absolutely blew me away.
Being strong or being stronger than a boy isn't something to be like frowned upon. Like, I like my muscles. I like that I can do things and like do extraordinary things in the gym. It's never been something that I've been ashamed of, but I know it's been hard for some like Olympic gymnasts, but they've gotten really like looked down upon because of their arms and they look super big. But it comes down to just appreciating who you are and what your body can do, because it's amazing.
It takes time to appreciate what you have, but like I've had my ups and downs about it, but at the end of the day, I'm super proud of like the muscles I have, and I'm proud of like the things I can do with my body, because it took so much time to build that kind of muscle and have that gymnast body.
It is really hard on a lot of people because we're in these skin tight Leos, like in front of a big crowd.
It can be really challenging because you're put on display in front of everyone.
Yes.
You're not competing with someone, like no one's doing a floor routine with you. So your body, yourself, you're constantly on display. We're in these like small Leos, so it can be hard sometimes for people to constantly be watching you and looking at you.
Especially for me, I've always been viewed as like a stronger, bigger type of figure, and I think that like just knowing that how empowering it is of what we actually do, because I think a lot of people like don't understand that we need these muscles and these bodies to do the things that we do. So I don't know, I love what Lauren said about just how confident she feels with that and how empowering it is to have the body that she does have, that we all have to do the skills that we do every day.
when I wear like a tank top, my friends will be like, "Oh my gosh, Marley, you have man arms." I'm like, "Yeah, dang right I do." Or like people will be like, "You're definitely a gymnast." I'm like, "Yep," but we embrace it. I think we all do.
And this all leads us to the present, where after a second place finish last year as a team, a first place ranking this year, and a state tournament scheduled for next weekend at Champlain Park High School. If they win, it'll be the first time the Sartell-St. Stephen's gymnastics program has ever done so.
These girls have put in, like I said, years of work. These parents have put in a lot of effort. They show up to the gym ready to go. I mean, I think especially to the senior class, this would mean everything.
Sartell doesn't have too many state participants. We're not known for our athletics, really. Not that thing.
I wasn't going to say it.
Just to, have a win under our belt and to, have the label as like state champions would just be so insane. And to be the first gymnastics team from Sartell in history to do so is just like mind blowing.
And this would not only mean a lot to this team, but it would mean a lot to the people who have gone before too, to kind of pave the way.
Do it for our team, our family, our coaches, everything leading up to this. Like we've all done gymnastics since we were like me 3, 5, like very young, and like to end like that would be amazing and insane.